So I was just cleaning, trying to straighten up my little bookshelf I got here. I want to just share with y'all some of the stuff, some of the books that I picked up over the years, and information. Where I come up with all these posts and I'm talking to you about certain things. You know, there's people before me that kind of laid out these blueprints that, you know, they've been studying, and, you know, I just kind of follow. You know, it's kind of like that saying, you know, standing on the shoulders of giants. See if I can maybe go through some of these, which y'all look at that. Holy Quran, that's Circle 7, Noble Drew Ali. It's pretty legit. Bringing the people back into the constitutional fold of government. It's a lot of information to go through. The biography for the more, some of my books get a little damaged, water damage. Ink too. Some of these. A lot of this I haven't even been able to really go through, but sometimes I kind of pick them up. The degrading names of Negroes, black color, Ethiopians, Kun, dark, and shine, which had no connection with civilization, was put upon the Moors of the Northwest Africa, Northwest Africa, now the United States of America. So this was now the Americas was previously, you know, Northwest Africa. That's stated here. The Moors were never to rise as a nation of proud people again. So said the governing Europeans at that time. They were put into slavery, bound and chained, and sold to European slave masters who used them in the South, mostly on the plantations that grew cotton, sugar, tobacco, rubber. The slave master used the slaves on the eastern waterfronts and Mississippi River. They used them on any other job they needed manpower. Just some real information, mostly thought-provoking information. Like, you ain't gotta necessarily believe, you know, all the stuff you read, but I think if it gives you a chance to be presented with some information, at least you can have kind of like a thought on it, or you can look at the information objectively and see, kind of take what you need and use it. But man, it's a lot of stuff. Then you got the 33 civil questions for Moorish children and their friends. Like something you can teach the kids. 'Cause, you know, especially now with this whole like everything kind of closed down. Like, this would be like a good book. And all these books you can pick up on like R.V. Bay publication. And they yeah, they real inexpensive too. Some of them $5-10, but man, it's like, this book is light, but it's heavy. You know, it is heavy as far as, you know, the information that you can get out of this. You say what is your nationality? I am a Moor. Why are you Moor? Because my mother is a Moor and her mother is a Moor. And then they give them images of like cells dividing, multiplying, you know, simple stuff. You know, what is nature? Common sense. Come on, man. that red flag, the real red flag, the green pointed star, representing truth, peace, love, freedom, and justice. I think this book bad, like Todd Street Bay. You know, a lot of symbolism that we see, you know, every day. People may not be aware of. These are like ancient symbols, codes. Rules for study. You know, always try to be clear mind and spirit when studying. It's also better when you wash up before sitting down to study and following study tools. That's a new one. I didn't even think about that. When you gotta wash up before you study. Look at that. AM is the acronym for Ancient Moors. BC actually means before colonization. Like, wow, look at that. Most people, you would just assume before Christ. AD after domination. Look at that. The Christian Crusader Europeans over the defeated Moabite Moors of North America and the world. The year 1196, Ancient Moors, or AM, is the chronological equivalent of the year 1776 AD, or CY. You say year. Oh, okay. You know, where is the Moroccan Empire? Why are the Moors called Asiatics? I used to hear that with, I think, Elijah Muhammad or Malcolm X, you know, the Asiatic black man. Asiatic. Another, this little information. Quote, they got a lot of, like, quotes, a lot of definitions and terms. Resources that they kind of pull from, that they kind of quote, and they bring it all into like common sense. And talk about the Constitution, and then they also send like these little pack getting started, like tools you need, like important study tools to begin to learn or comprehend. You know, like an unabridged dictionary, and I got one over here that's these. That's one whole volume, but it's, you know, two separate ones. This the Webster's unabridged dictionary. Then I got a law dictionary. I also got like a legal terms, another law dictionary, a thesaurus, you know, for the basic, you know. And also they got apps on your phone where you can kind of, you know, etymology.com. Etymological, so you can learn the roots of the words. Hope this fan ain't blowing and making anything sound right. Corrections of the IRS, and it's another little pamphlet that they just sent out. You know, different study, different questions, kind of thought-provoking questions that they ask you. And I think they got more books than this, but there's a lot of stuff that I just kind of bought. You know, Clock of Destiny. Talk about the zodiac signs, get you more in depth. You know, not just the whole horoscope, but the science behind a lot of, you know, connecting it to you more so and making it more palatable and real. The truth about the hair. You know. Another Clock of Destiny, you know, statements, yeah. And these, you know, health books. I don't know, Eric. This one, kind of picked out. I didn't really check this out, but there's a couple things in this one that I that I like. It was talking about like the history of protein. Like people are always saying that about protein, you need it, but who knows like the history of it, and few people do. Few people look up the history of like protein. They got like a little outlet. I don't know where. I forgot where it was. I gotta do better at taking my notes. But anyway, they talk about like the beginning process of how they developed the whole concept of protein. It really ain't based off nothing that's foundational. Nope. So I don't know, Eric, real pioneer. It's an excellent book to pick up. The Mucusless Diet Healing System. Edited, annotated, revised, and edited by Professor Spiro. Put in the extra notes and stuff like that to really make it modern. And I like this quote, like it's saying the human engine must first be seen before all physiological considerations as an air gas engine, constructed in its entirety with the exception of bones from rubber-like and elastic, spongy material called flesh and tissue. Like who think about the body like that? Like, man, form of life, vitality equals power minus obstruction. So the less obstruction, less waste you have in the body, the more vitality, more energy, more power. Talk about fasting, fruit eating, transitioning, proper way. You got steps. It ain't just kind of winging it, like you getting off a list. You got a list too, or you can kind of figure out how to design your own. But you got palatable information that you can you ain't got to think. Like you got the the menu. Like when you transition the menus for the first 2 weeks. Lunch combination, supper. Yeah, it's like I said, this stuff heavy, man. Story, biography. It's one of somebody who kind of studied under. They ain't seen study, but kind of picked up some of Eric's things. Talk about the grape cure, using grapes to cure things. It's another classic, physical fitness. Like I say, man, books I be having in my bag, man, they get messed up. But then this is another one, Spirit Speaks. He's talking about his practices and helping other people. Yeah, this book, it's like 3 volumes, but it's got a lot of information. It's another good one, Cause and Cure Human Illness. Man, other books on law, like Meet Your Straw Man. I always try to highlight stuff. For any contract to be valid, there has to be full and open disclosure of all of the terms of the contract, and then reserved, accepted by both parties in the cases that most definitely not occur. In this case, also, that was an example. I just kind of highlight that. Look at that. That's another thing to get you to think. Like, they want you to be so burdened down with paying their money and working so hard, so long, that you don't have time and money or energy to stop and think what is happening to you and your family. I'm gonna have that'd be like the title. Nah, I can't make that the title. But stop and think. Yeah, common law. I've been really studying this one right now, rereading it pretty much. Let's talk about like a lot of stare decisis and just your rights. Like you got to know who's who and how to understand your rights. It's another one. Got to get back into them with. Just information, man. God, man, the word made flesh like this. It's pretty cool. You know, talk about. See if I got. You know, yes, a lot of these things I wrote down. The names in the Bible. That's what I remember now. How it equates to parts of the body, or you know. I ain't gonna get too deep into it, but yeah, it's just heavy information. Something like this. Like, alright, now this is the parable. The seed is the word of God. Seed, word, and God are all synonymous of one and the same thing. The wonderful creative substance, the universe essie, from which all things are brought forth, and in which all things are. The scriptures or allegories and parables of the Bible are the only writings that give us information as to what the Word of God is. Therefore, in this book, we will quote what is written there in regard to it. Seed is the cause, the nucleus of everything. Therefore, the seed is the beginning. In the beginning was the Word. There's no mystery, no marvel in all the universe that the greater than man himself, man know thyself, confronts us down through the ages, but only a few pay attention to the voice of the Delphic oracle. Only a few have looked within. You can't look outside of yourself, man. Let's see. Just trying to build with y'all, man. That's all. Whoever pay attention to stuff I say. This one a good one too. Man's higher consciousness. I don't think I really. This really about health, and you know, it's pretty cool. One of the things I wanna see if I can get out of here. Damn. Some of this stuff I'll be posted up anyway. You know, live without eating. You know, fasting. Is food really the source of what's keeping us alive? I mean, on Earth kind of get into that too. It was something about like elimination, how the elimination process is more important than feeding. So, you know, is food what it is, what we think it is? Nobody never think about that stuff. Fewer centurions, fewer people living, you know, dangers of smoking. And yeah, that's it. Elimination. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I said. Experiments consistently show, without an exception, that elimination is much more important than feeding. Many refuse to recognize that fact. A fact. Come on, man. Another book by George W. Carey. Then, you know, the Yogi Science of Breath. Like, come on, man. Breath is life. Synonymous. breath in life, same thing. 'Cause you know, without it, it's over with. Just you know, learn how to breathe. Deep breathing, not shallow breaths. They give you exercises. It's pretty cool too. I don't know if I pronounced that right. I ain't gonna pronounce it. I don't remember everything on here, but let's see. Let's see what I highlighted. The Hermetic Master or advanced student polarizes himself at the desired pole, and by a process akin to refusing to participate in the backward swing, if you prefer, a denial of his influence over him. He stands firm in his polarized position and allows the mental and I forgot to say that swing back upon. I don't know why I highlighted that, but it must have been something I thought. So I don't know. Transmutation. Ancient Egyptian. Come on, man. Hermetic principles of life. But yeah, man. That's inviting y'all in. I gotta let this water and, you know, it's my mini survival kit over here. But, you know, not special. You know, while y'all quarantine, y'all can possibly, you know, maybe stop the video, look through some of the books and see if you can get some out of it. I like these books too. Going like for, you know, they get into like some of the Matrix and, you know, Jack and the Beanstalk, but putting it in a way that how like some of the bankers and all that, how they took over, like those stories have a deeper meaning than, you know, the animation cartoons that we see. So hey man, I just wanted to share that with y'all, but catch y'all later.